Before we go over these numbers, I'd just like to say something about what happened the other night. I think Dharma joining the band could give Kelly a chance to get this out of her system.
Or maybe your wife stuck her nose in where it doesn't belong.
That's another valid way of looking at it.
We were making progress with the girl. We were going to get her back in school.
There are worse things she could be doing than playing in a rock band.
I'm not so sure about that. The other night, the wife and I were watching something called Leif Garrett, Behind the Music. Poor sad bastard.
Sure, but Sean Cassidy turned out okay.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Mr. Montgomery, but there's a telephone call.
Is it urgent?
Well, we haven't been working together long enough for me to be making that judgment.
What is it?
Apparently your wife and her band are playing nude on the roof of your building and the police have arrived.
For God's sake.
For future reference, Janet, with my wife, that sort of thing really isn't urgent. I'm an attorney, and I will explain it to them, and they're really very sorry.
What law says you can't stand naked on the roof of your own building and play music?
It's actually two separate laws, Dharma.
I don't get how this is any different than singing in the shower.
I'm sure you don't. Thanks very much for understanding.
Hey, tell Randy down in Central Booking that Simone says yo.
Haven't you embarrassed your mother enough? You have to parade yourself in front of all of San Francisco.
San Francisco doesn't really mind this kind of thing.
What was the thinking here?
Well, this is the cool part about being in a band, you know? You're making music, the creativity is flowing, and people get these ideas. We were jamming, and Jared said, hey, let's go play on the roof.
And I said, let's go play on the roof naked.
I said, cool.
All right, Kelly, let's go.
I don't think so.
Can I just say something?
No.
I know the naked thing is a little Blink 182, but the band is good. And don't you think that what Kelly wants to do with her life is her choice?
Not while she's living in an apartment that I'm paying the rent on.
Hey, you know what? Keep your apartment. Keep your damn money.
Okay, we've got that figured out. Let's go downstairs.
Where are you going to live? On the street?
Maybe. Maybe your friends would enjoy hearing about the Kincaid's little girl, homeless and destitute.
You know what? Don't worry. She's not going to live on the street. She can stay with us.
Kelly?
How is that not helping?
So, the naked girls in the band, they're cute?
I wasn't really looking at them, Pete.
Oh, yeah, I understand. I mean, your wife's up there naked, too. You pretty much got to look at her most of the time. Or was there one of the girls a little harder not to look at than the other?
Pete?
You weren't looking at the guy, were you?
Pete?
Although, if you look at the guy a little bit first, then you look at the girls, nobody's suspicious, right? Yeah, they just think you're looking at naked people. They're not catching on that you're looking at naked women. Like at the museum.
Pete, if you really need to look at naked women, they're magazines.
Sure. But it's nice to get out, you know.
Hello, boys.
Hi, Dad.
Hey, boss.
Listen, Gregory, Kenneth Kincaid gave me a jingle, something about naked people on the roof of your building.
And that's all they were to Greg, just naked people.
Thank you, Pete.
What exactly went on?
Well, apparently somebody said, let's play on the roof, and somebody else said, let's play naked on the roof, and Dharma couldn't stop them no matter how hard she tried.
Well, good for her for trying.
That's what I said.
Gregory, I've known Kincaid for a good many years. He's a bit of a stick in the mud. Would you feel better if I took it from here?
No, Dad, that's not necessary. I really would like to see this through.
No. Look, these things happen. I remember the first big account I handled for my father. I was a young single fellow about to make a huge sale to a company in Cleveland. I flew out there to meet with the guy, and to make a long story short, I ended up having a little fling with his wife.
Really?
It wasn't my fault. I'd never had a Tom Collins before.
And when your dad found out, he took you off the account?
Oh, no. They were getting a divorce. She got the company, became one of our biggest clients, so we do business with them even today. Of course, the woman's in her 90s now. The bloom is off the rose. You know what I mean?
What does this have to do with Dharma joining Kelly's band?
Oh, I guess it's not an exact parallel. Well, anyway, I'll try to smooth things over with Kincaid.
Dad. It's not Mrs. Lindstrom, is it?
Well, she had her own hair and teeth once.
Thanks for letting us use your van.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm sorry it was so windy back there.
What happened to the side door?
Oh, Larry took it out. He's toying with the idea of putting in a bay window.
Where do you want me to put this?
Larry, that stays in the van.
No, I think that's mine. Yep. That's my tire.
Hello?
Hi.
Is, all this stuff Kelly's?
No, see, here's the thing.
No things. No things.
No, they all lived with Kelly for a while, and when she moved out, they had nowhere else to go.
Dharma, can I speak to you privately in the kitchen for a
I
second?
don't think so. It's kind of Simone's room now. Have you ever heard of knocking?
I don't think I like her.
I know. That's why I put her in there.
Dharma, believe it or not, my problem is not the woman shaving her armpits where I wash my lettuce.
Oh, good for you, Greg. That shows growth.
My father called me on the carpet today in his own strange way.
Because of me?
Well, Dharma, in the last 48 hours, you've convinced Kenneth Kincaid's daughter to quit college, you've played naked with her on the roof, and now she and her band are living with us.
It's not like you're going to get fired.
It's not about getting fired. It's about how I look professionally, and I really need your support here.
You want to talk about someone who is not being supportive? You haven't said one supportive thing about this band.
How can you compare my job to this ridiculous band?
There it is. Right there. Right there. And you all just heard it.
Oh, Dharma.
Wait.
Dude, your snake's clogged.